Hey people, Newbie back again for the 50th time. Can you believe it? I sure can't. I was trying to think of something that would really be cool for episode 50, but I just couldn't come up with anything. So I'm just doing another one of these look back recap videos that bring you all up to speed on where we've been. And if you haven't been watching every single video for all 50 of them, then this is another one of those chances to catch up with what we've been doing and how we've done it. So that's what we're doing today. This particular video, the last couple videos are kind of my favorites. They're running trains. So the last couple videos, a couple segments in this, I just cut clips from each one of the videos, and so the last couple segments in here are running train videos, which I really like, and I hope you do too. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and if you haven't, hit that little red button right down there to subscribe. I really appreciate it. So without further ado, here we go. Well, what I've done here is I've got my laser level mounted on my tripod, which means the camera is going to be jittery because I have to hold the camera now. But what I'm doing with that is I'm shooting a laser line straight up through the middle of town. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that as a straight line for the right edge of the city street. That's the plan. That's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to get a straight edge now, and I'm going to draw that line with a marker, and then I'll measure across to the other side for the width of the street that I want, and that will give me my straight line. Now you can see what I've got in mind in terms for the width of the street. I've got the line drawn on basically what would be either curb, and you see I've got room for parking on either side of the street, plus a reasonable width for driving lanes. Now what I'm going to do, what I plan to do, is take my hot knife and cut this out and fill it with drywall spackle is what I'm thinking of using, and then actually have the street set down a little bit, because I want a curb on either side and I want the sidewalk. So this right here will be the top of the sidewalk, and then the street will actually be just a little lower, 1/8 of an inch maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Well, here's my experiment with how to make the road, and you see, basically I cut out with my hot knife, and one of the things I learned is I'm going to have to leave the line. As you see over here, I was cutting right on the line, and the hot knife actually cuts wider than the line, so that was one of the reasons for doing this experiment. The other thing too is that I'm going to wait for this to dry, but I'm liking that edge. I think that's going to work out well. Here's something else I've decided to do. I'm going to have the road come straight on off the edge of the layout here on a bridge, and I'm going to use this, which is one of the Cotto bridges from the old layout, and you see I cut out with my hot knife here, and I'm going to have this bridge here. I'll have to of course support it, and I'll cut it basically right along here, and then whatever the surface level of the road is here, I'll match that with drywall compound coming across the bridge, so that the road will basically come straight across here. Of course, it'll narrow because we won't have parking on the bridge, of course, but so it'll just be basically this width, or maybe a little wider than that, going across the bridge. But that's the plan right now. I think that's going to work out well. Well, got the fascia installed, sort of. I don't know if I like it or not. I'm still fiddling with it a little bit. One of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted it to be high here so that basically it protects from trains falling off onto the floor. It's happened to me a couple of times. Not a good thing. And this area here, excuse me for walking in front of you, the tunnel portal goes in here. I'm struggling a little bit with how to make this work. I think the fascia is going to have to come back farther. My concern is I need to be able to remove this bridge for maintenance purposes and so forth. So those two joiners right there need to be accessible, and which means that they can't be back under the mountain. I really don't have enough room to reach in from the backside, so that's an issue. I got to figure out how to work that out. This area right in here, my plan is to have the road basically come right along the edge here and curve, and so then the road is actually going to start down somewhere in this area right in here, I think, to get down over that bridge over there. Can you see that? Maybe you can't. Oh, there we go. So the road has got to start going downhill. I'm thinking somewhere right in here. So I need to have enough space in this direction to have the road go down, and still have room for a road to go that way to get over to where I've got that brewery sitting there right now. I don't know if that's where it's going to stay. But anyway, so I've been playing with adding a little more foam in here. Actually moved the power plant out. It was sitting back this far, and I didn't have room for the road work to go in here. Track plan has changed considerably, and the reason why, one of the reasons is I had some comments about this is a super elevated curve, which basically what that means is that the rails are canted. They're basically to give the appearance of having a banked curve. In order to make those work out well, especially with this crossover here, you need to take this banked curve and roll it flat, which is what this piece of track does. Same way over here. This is a banked curve, and then it rolls flat to here, so that on either end of this crossover there's flat connections, so it makes it for a smoother connection coming into the crossover. So with that, I had to change track plan quite a bit. You see now, if we look over here at where the power plant is, the power plant is actually moved again. Excuse me for walking in front of the camera. The power plant has now moved. It was turned this way before, now it's turned on another angle. And what was a turnout back here with another turnout with two tracks coming in here is now this turnout has shifted in this direction, and now there's only a single track coming in here to serve the power plant in this little industrial building. And so that's a change. I still need to reconnect this flex track here. Of course, that roadbed will be cut off and come into this track here. That'll work okay, but I need to get around to doing that. Talking about streets, the main street is the same. We're now going to have this street here, as I said, and it's going to come around to right here, and I think this is pretty well set, that this is going to be a cross street, and this street is going to continue off the layout similar to what we do here. So we're going to have a bridge coming across here going off the layout. I still need to finish the construction, the modification, if you will, of this bridge and how it's going to be supported. You see I've got this sitting here right now just to hold it up so I can get an idea of how that curve is going to work. I think that's going to work out okay. And then I need to figure out what to do with this part of the town. I got to do something with I want to do something with the bus station, but I'm not sure that's where it really should go or not. We've got a new name for the railroad. It's the Newbie Mountain Railroad. If you were paying strict attention when you saw the title screen come up, you saw the new logo. It still remains to be seen if we're going to be putting the logo on engines or if we're just going to use it for the layout. I don't know. From here you can see a little better the power plant area, as I've got it right now with the little industrial building here, and as I said, I still need to put this track back together. This will go around like that, of course, and the roadbed and so forth. And I've extended the foam here, so giving me a little more room, and I'm going to take the bus stop off of this platform and give me a little more flexibility with that. What's interesting about the bus station now is I've decided to have it there, and I had made this was actually about twice as long on the AKA Joe layout, and I initially planned to have the bus stop right across the tracks from the train station, and I was going to use this pedestrian catwalk, if you will, to get from the bus station to the train station. Well, now that the bus station and train station are not adjacent to each other on railroad tracks, I'm going to put the bus station up here, and I'm going to modify this. And I'm going to have it coming basically right out of here. I'll cut this stairway off, and so it'll basically be a catwalk coming out of there. I'll extend it a little bit, and then I'm not sure exactly where it'll come out, but come out this way and then go at a 45-degree angle with the stairs, both of these stairs, because we have to change the elevation of it, down onto the platform. So we'll have pedestrian access directly from the bus station to the train station and vice versa. I think that'll be neat. Now, another thing we've accomplished, and hold on, let me move you around a little bit here. So, as I said before, I have decided to have a road come across here, and I've made this bridge to be a highway bridge, a two-lane bridge to come across here, and I'm getting in your way, see. So you see this highway two-lane bridge come across here, and then the road will continue, and it'll actually be a cut here that goes down to final grade. So, but that's basically the shape that the road will take. I'll probably just completely cut all of this foam on an angle down through here, so the road just follows the progression, or the degression, if you will, of the slope going down through there. I haven't glued that down yet, as you can see. But anyway, so that's the plan. None of this is finalized in place. I haven't glued any of this down. I'm just working with it now. The other thing that's happened over here, and so the roadway, this bridge here, I'm going to use this bridge. I had a shorter bridge in here, but I'm going to use this bridge because I want it to come right out to the edge. I'm going to bring the fascia up. I think I'll bring the fascia up. Well, can you see me? No, you can't see me.
Okay, so I had a shorter bridge in here that ended right about here. And I've decided I'm going to use this longer bridge and bring it right out to the edge. And I'm going to bring the fascia up so that this bridge will actually end right into the fascia. So I'll trim this bridge, I'll cut it off so that it'll end right into the fascia there. And then if you notice over here, as we get the tracks right up against the edge here, and so I'm going to bring the fascia up above the level of the track. I'll probably just keep it right about the level of this bridge here all the way around there. So the track will be down inside the fascia area. So that's the plan for that. Now, you see I've expanded the foam here where the bus station's sitting, and so now I've got room for this little fire station here, facing the opposite direction, of course, and there'll be room for, you know, an alleyway and maybe some parking area back here. And I'm now going to have a street. I'm going to have a city street here, and this city street will come here and then basically go around that way. And so these buildings, I think this is the arrangement I'm going to keep for that. And so there'll be a street going here around in front of the bus station, and it'll tie into the street there. We talked about, make sure I'm with you here, or make sure you're with me here. We talked before about this street here, and it's looking good. You see, I've got it laid out, and get these out of the way so you can see the drawing, and I've now temporaried some foam here to bring this up to elevation with the road, or with the rest of the city. And this is actually the bridge that was over there. I'm going to use that bridge here now, and it'll be, of course, cut down into the foam there. And this street now will curve more, and there'll be an intersection here. And as you see over here, there'll be an intersection on this end of the bridge, so there'll be an intersection on either end of this bridge here. And this intersection will go around that way with that street, past this industrial building. In this area here, you see I'm going to have the little gas station here. This is the bank building, and this is the back side of what I'm going to use as a hospital. I'm going to paint this helicopter white and put red crosses on it, so basically we'll have a helicopter pad on top of the hospital. This is going to be labeled the emergency entrance for the hospital. You know, maybe have an ambulance backed up here, and so there'll be a little parking area back here and a drive in through here. I hope to find some signs that say emergency entrance with arrows coming in this way. And then you see I've drawn out the street here going across through town, and these, I haven't got these buildings in the right spot. They will actually be up closer to that line. As I was fiddling with it, I guess I got them out of kilter. But anyway, so that's the way that will work. And then this block over here has changed a little bit. So this is going to be a street here going that way. The little fruit, open air fruit market here will be sitting here. Of course, there'll be parking in this area here for the fruit market and the hospital. Little shell station there, church with parking in front, and the school. And then you can see how the bridge going up that way will go. You see here we have the bridge installed that comes across from Main Street. This bridge is still not completely installed. I've still don't want to do the roads there. Actually, this bridge is not installed, it's just in place. I haven't glued it in or anything like that. But you also see that we now have the downward slope here going down to the train station. and that's I think going to work out. You see, I've drawn lines to indicate where the roadway is going to be, and also here you see the bus station now is in pretty much its final location. All this foam is down. You see I've drawn in the streets. I've decided to put that little apartment building right there at the end of that street. I've mocked up how the catwalk is going to come across. Then it's going to come over to here, and then these two stairs will both continue down onto the platform of the train station. So I think that's going to work out good. It's going to be kind of a neat feature, I think. Up here on the hill, you see we've now got a little different arrangement for the houses. I've also moved that one of those little strip mall buildings back over here. I've laid out the roads. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me hold the camera up. You see the roads are laid out there, and it's working out good. I actually have that bridge that crosses there built. It's drying right now. So over here you see this bridge is now installed, and the streets are laid out across Main Street. Well, here we have all the buildings removed, and we've cut out for the roads. And you see the Main Street, and I actually have all the bridges in place now. Over here in the station area, you see the road comes down the hill, and I've got it cut out. Problem, this gets awfully narrow right here. It's down to one lane there, and then I wanted to leave room for platforms and some parking, and then down there that's going to be a turnaround. First coat of drywall compound is down, at least on the lower levels here. I haven't done up across that bridge back there. Actually, you see the train station sitting over there for right now. I had to get out of my way. But anyway, that area up there, I haven't done the first coat up there and across that bridge, the far bridge there. And the reason for that is basically the hang up in the mountain. I need to figure what the road layout is going to be up in the mountains before I finalize the roads coming down from the mountain. So this video, you'll see that I'm running that little B unit. I want to get it some break-in time anyway, so it's good to just let it run. So I'm letting it run on the main line, and I've got a little switch engine pulling some cars around the inside loop. So we did some train running, and of course I'm just letting trains run, so I'm not really operating, if you will. And so it's a little boring from that aspect, but trains are running. But what I really am looking forward to is when I can get the control panel installed. And to do that, of course, I gotta wire all those turnouts and repair the block sections that I've got busted up and those sorts of things. But anyway, so what I started to say was that I'm looking forward to where I can run trains in both directions on the main line, use the passing sidings and wait for trains to go by and do that kind of stuff. But that's going to take hands-on operating, and you can't just do that and let the trains run like I'm doing here in these videos. But anyway, trains running. Enjoy.
So there you have it for today. Thanks for watching. And we're doing some work in the train room. We're taking some films, and we'll have more to show you here in the next video. So stay tuned, and we'll see what's going to happen.